Hey everyone, my name is Geethu and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about my delivery story. Okay, the reason why I decided to do this video so soon is because I've been getting many questions. You guys have been asking me why it became, those of you who know that my delivery was via C-section, you guys asked me why it became a C-section. Many have mocked me. I'm not sure whether they are my followers or not, but I have been mocked saying that you have been doing all these exercises and still it became a C-section. Come on. And a lot of you have been messaging me with concerns, asking if even after doing workouts it becomes a C-section, then what is the point? Isn't the point of workouts is to during pregnancy is to make it a vaginal birth? So I thought it's time for me to discuss all these things with you. So those of you who are new to my channel, this delivery that happened right now, this is my second delivery. I have two children. My first delivery was also via C-section and my second delivery is also via C-section. So I just wanted to give you an update. And I have two boys. My first child is also a son, second is also a son. So that is a gist of my background. And regarding what I do, I am a fitness coach. Why I'm telling you all this is because it'll make sense to you. All these things have a relevance in the delivery story. So I am a fitness coach. I run an online fitness program called GFit by Geetz, and GFit by Geetz is a registered company in UAE, a registered online fitness program in UAE. So this is for everyone who is new to my channel. All right, being said that, now my delivery story. Did my delivery become C-section because it was an emergency or it had to be done on an emergency basis? No, that's not the story. So I had from the beginning of my pregnancy, I have wished that or hoped, or I was trying for my delivery to be a VBAC. VBAC means vaginal birth after a C-section. In my case, why it's a VBAC is because my first delivery was also via C-section. So the second delivery, if it happens via vaginal birth after a C-section, it's called a VBAC. So I had hoped, I had wished for my second delivery to be a VBAC. The reason is not because C-section is something that needs to be embarrassed about, or something which is bad, or something which you need to feel guilty throughout your life. No, that's not the reason why I wish for it to be a VBAC. The reason number one, and that is the most important reason of all, is that my post C-section recovery after my first delivery was traumatizing for me. It was literally traumatizing. I was back in India. I had my child there, and maybe I'll do a separate video on it, because the reason why I have not done my pregnancy story or postpartum pregnancy delivery stories majorly because it is traumatizing for me, and I didn't want that during my pregnancy. So maybe some other time I'll do a video on it. But anyway, it was 100% traumatizing experience for me. My delivery, my post-delivery recovery, the pain, the post C-section pain, everything was I cannot put it in words. So that is the major reason, the main reason why I wish for a VBAC. The second reason is, as I mentioned before, I am a fitness coach. Even though I have a team of trainers who train my students, I really badly missed I still miss training my students. I take sessions now and then, so I really miss training them, and I really miss working out like how I used to work out. So a C-section means my recovery will be a lot slower. It won't be as fast as a vaginal birth. So that is another reason why I hoped for a vaginal birth, so that my recovery is faster. Alright, that being said, one more thing I want to emphasize here is that, see, vaginal birth, I won't call vaginal birth a normal delivery. Even if I use the word normal in between, it's not intentional, it's only accidental, because we have been so used to using the word normal delivery for a vaginal birth that unknowingly we kind of use it. But I'm intentionally trying to change my use of the word normal to vaginal. Even when I talk to my students, I ask them, was your delivery vaginal or C-section? Because C-section is also a normal delivery itself. There is nothing abnormal in that, right? So even if it's vaginal or C-section, it's normal. There is nothing abnormal. So that is something I wanted to emphasize and share with my community as well. So here starts the story. So during my eighth month scan, which is the growth scan if I remember correctly, so during that time the radiologist had informed me that I mean, the baby was growing properly. There was nothing, no issue, no alarming or thing, or no red flag or anything like that. But the thing was that my baby was gaining weight, on a faster rate. Like, I mean, it happened with me during my first pregnancy as well. My baby was, I mean, even though I might not gain that much weight, but my babies will gain weight faster. I mean, I'm not sure, it's genetic, I think. I'm not sure why that happens. And yeah, so that was happening. So what the radiologist told me, that there was a chance that my baby might cross 4 kg mark by the time of the delivery. And like, we were aware of that, and I had accepted that fact. I mean, it was fine. I mean, 4 kg, it's fine. It's not, I mean, I can still manage. I was hoping that. And I think towards 36 weeks or something, when we scanned again, my baby's weight had become 3.3 plus. So even that time, at that time, doctor gave us an option. Doctor said, see, you can, okay, before that, let me say one more thing. During the growth scan, it was found that my baby was in a breech position. Breech position means baby's head is up and the buttocks portion is down. Okay, my baby has woken up, so I'll try to finish this off as fast as possible, giving you as much information as possible so that I can get back to feeding him. All right. So, so I had done some activities, some exercises, some maneuvers, some movement adaptations, which can help encourage my baby to turn into cephalic, that is a head down position. I wanted my baby cephalic because I wished for a VBAC. So I did that. I've already shared reels and shorts video on what all things I tried to turn my baby cephalic. All right. So during 36th or 37th week scan, between the 36th 37th week scan, we knew that my baby had turned cephalic, that is, my baby has turned head down. And doctor had given us an option. Doctor discussed all the options, all the scenarios with us. The things we discussed was, one thing is, my first delivery was a C-section, and my cervix, I mean, they will still check whether my cervix is dilated or whether my cervix has any sign of getting dilated. So if that happens, they can still try for a VBAC. I mean, if we wish for a VBAC, they can still try for a VBAC, is what they told us. The choice was all ours. So one thing was that my baby's weight was increasing rapidly, so it will only increase. Then there was hardly anything that we could do to stop it. And towards the end of the pregnancy, baby's weight increases quite rapidly. So my baby was already 3.3, and by the, like, within 2 or 3 weeks, like every week, my baby was kind of gaining around half a kg. So by 2 or 3 weeks, that there was a huge chance that my baby will cross 4 kg mark. So that was one thing. Second thing is, my first birth delivery was C-section. So my body is not used to that vaginal delivery mechanism. So if we try for a VBAC right now, it'll be like my body is doing a vaginal delivery for the first time. I mean, my body was doing a vaginal delivery for the first time, right? So it won't be as easy as a second vaginal delivery. Like, suppose you have had a vaginal delivery first and you're trying for a vaginal delivery the second time, it will be a bit more easier, right? And it will be a bit more easier than trying for a VBAC, like having a vaginal birth after a C-section. So that was one thing. Second thing was, we can still try for a VBAC, but the thing is, if that doesn't happen, the only option is C-section itself. So they can try for a VBAC, they can try inducing me, we can try everything in our power, but if that doesn't happen, C-section was the next and only option. The third thing is, I was having severe SPD, that is the symphysis pubic pain, the pain in my symphysis pubic area. So about that also I have mentioned several times in my video, and the kind of workouts I did to manage the pain, I have already demonstrated the posture management techniques, everything. I've already done videos on that. You can check out, you can go to my channel and check them out. So that was there, and it was getting worse and worse. It was getting so worse that I couldn't take a single step. Like, every step that I took was getting painful. So that was also happening, and vaginal birth could aggravate the pain. That was what my doctor had told me. We tried for vaginal birth, it could aggravate the pain, and it could take a very long time for me to recover from it. and I might have to do physio or something like that if it doesn't recover properly. So all these things presented itself before us, and we were given a decision to make, and we took a decision. It was not easy, trust me, it was not easy. It was like taking decision for an open heart surgery, I guess. I still remember that day. We had, I think our consultation was the last consultation, second last consultation that day with the doctor. So after the consultation, doctor gave us the consent form, which had all the risks of trying for a VBAC, like what all risk factors are there if we try for a VBAC, and we had to sign the consent form. Only after the consent they can prepare us for a VBAC. So we were reading through that. I mean, they are all the things that we already knew about a VBAC. So I mean, those things didn't scare us. So we were going through it. We were thinking like what we should do, whether we should go for a VBAC or a C-section. C-section was definitely hard for me. Taking that decision was really hard for me because the memories that you have during your pregnancy, the traumatizing memories, experiences during and after your pregnancy, it sticks with you forever. So when you are presented with a similar scenario, you will think a lot, you will be confused a lot whether we should go through that traumatizing experience again, because you know that it won't be an easy path to take. So deciding for a C-section was not easy for me, but then we took all the odds. We considered everything. We considered like I have an older child to take care of. My mother is not as healthy as I had my first child, so everything was there. I had to take everything into consideration, and I thought, okay, what we thought was that jumping into a bad experience, or I won't say bad experience, jumping into something that we have already experienced, that we are already aware of, could be a bit easier than jumping into something, jumping into unknown waters, into unknown territory. Because I know, even though it was a traumatizing experience, post C-section recovery was traumatizing, at least I have been in that trauma. But this I was not so sure. And we took all the odds. We took my baby's rapidly gaining weight into consideration, my SPD pain into consideration, the fact that I have, only my mother was here to take care of me and my older child, and the things at my home, the cooking and everything, the house management, everything. So everything was taken into consideration, everything played a role, and we finally decided for a C-section. It was not an easy thing. I literally cried in front of the doctor's room. My husband was like, "Why are you crying? It's not like you are, you're opting for a kidney transplant or an open heart surgery. It's a delivery. So why are you getting emotional?" But those who have been through that trauma, I'm very sure you guys can relate with me. If your post C-section was traumatizing, that is. So that was how we decided for a C-section, and the C-section happened. And to be honest, my second C-section was much better than my first, and I have to thank all the gods for that. My first C-section was truly traumatizing. Second one was not. Maybe because I knew what I was getting myself into. Maybe I knew what I had to expect, and probably because the medicines over here are much advanced and better than what we have in India. I'm not sure, but this time around, and to be honest, I was made much more comfortable over here than in India. I have nothing against the medical system in India. I love my country, I love my place, but the fact is a fact, right? The kind of attention, the kind of care that I got here post my C-section was much better. I was made more comfortable over here compared to my first delivery. So I did not have a traumatizing experience. I won't say a completely pleasant experience, because come on, it's a surgery. So post any surgery, the recovery won't be a pleasant experience. But apart from that, it was not traumatizing. I recovered well, is what I can say. And yeah, that is what happened. That is why, and that is how we chose a C-section rather than go or try for a VBAC, even though I wished I wanted a VBAC. But one thing I can tell you, that once my C-section was planned, I got a week's time, and during this week's time, trust me guys, I did everything in my power to help my baby descend, like so that my hips open. The thing was that because of the SPD pain, if I try to do some workouts to encourage my hips to open, the pain gets aggravated because that symphysis pubis joint, it's already unstable. So if I try to open that a bit more, it gets really painful. But I tried everything in my power to help my baby descend. I bounced on the stability ball, the yoga ball. I don't know, I did a lot of things. I used to squat a lot and all those, but unfortunately nothing happened. Even after signing the papers for C-section, I told my husband, I've got 1 week's time. I'm going to do everything in my power to try and encourage this delivery to be a VBAC. But unfortunately that didn't happen, and my delivery was via C-section. I don't regret the decision. I mean, was that a best decision that I made? I'm not sure, because I don't know what would have happened if it was a vaginal birth. But I don't regret my decisions. It was I mean, I own my decisions. Whatever decisions I take, I own it. I take total responsibility for it, and I'm not unhappy about it. I got to see my son. I got to hold him, a bit earlier than if it had been a VBAC. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. And one more message that I want to share with you guys is that see, even if it's a vaginal birth or a C-section, it doesn't matter, guys. Like, how you give birth to your child doesn't matter. You have been carrying your child inside you for 9 to 10 months. From that time you have started knowing your child. You're the first person who knows that you are with a child, you're pregnant, and from that time onwards, it's a wait. You're waiting to see your child. So even if it's vaginal birth, even if it's C-section, it doesn't matter. And if anyone is trying to make you feel otherwise or telling you otherwise, that you have delivered by a C-section, that was the easy way out. Vaginal birth means, oh my god, you have to go through a lot. Yes, of course, vaginal birth, the mother goes through a lot, literally pushes a huge baby out of her. But even after C-section, you suffer a lot. You suffer for days, for weeks. You lose your core control more than a vaginal birth, is what I can say. You might end up having some health issues. You might end up having headaches. You might end up having a lot of discomforts. So it's not an easy way out. Delivering your baby via C-section is a huge thing. It's a huge decision, and hats off to every moms out there who have delivered their child via C-section and via vaginal birth. Alright, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you found this video useful or interesting or informative. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. I have already shared my Facebook and Instagram handle names with you guys. Do follow me there. I post my daily updates on my Instagram stories about my baby, about my daily food, about the kind of workouts I'm doing, the kind of core rehab I'm doing right now, and all that. So do check it out and do follow me there as well. So we'll meet again with another new video. Until then, bye bye.